Hey guys, Stingray Steve here, and we're gonna do a little bit of an update, but I did get some new plants, and they're all philodendrons, so let's call it a philodendron update. Now, the first new philodendron I got is the Philodendron mexicanum, and I wasn't too sure about this plant, but these ends of the leaves are supposed to get extremely long, and it is a purplish color underneath, so it was similar to my tabapants, but it's a more of a yellowish petiole, green, light green petiole. So this is from a grower, so I'm pretty sure we got the real deal here. So we got the Philodendron mexicanum, and very similar to that is my biliate, and it did get a lot bigger. And unlike the mexicanum, it's like a green underneath, but it has these orange petioles, and it has like a red around the edges. So I don't know if you can. There's the biliate, and this plant was almost ruined during the first hurricane, and I was able to save it, and now it's coming back, and I'm really happy with the progress. I mean, these are the leaves I got in the beginning, and this one over here, that little one, and now I got these beautiful leaves. So that's the biliate. Now the tabapants, I have some really big ones over there, but this one is one that I propagated, and compared to the mexicanum, it seems a little lighter, and the petioles are not orange, but they're lighter green, and the tabapants is basically a darker leaf, almost like black almost, and underneath you got the beautiful purple. So now I got three similar plants, and I'm really excited about this mexicanum because the way I've seen these ears develop, it's gonna look real cool. Now we're gonna show you my Spiritus Sancti, which also has a long leaf, and I got this plant a couple of months ago, and this was a leaf that was on it, and this is a leaf that was on it when I got it. Then this leaf was starting to unfurl when I got it, and it was so long in the shipping that when it unfurled, half of it was rotted, but the plant managed to keep the other half alive. And then I got this leaf, which was had some spots on it, and a little damage over here. Not as healthy, but more healthy than this one. And now the new leaf. This is the third leaf, and I got one baby starting already. The new leaf is perfect. Would you look at that leaf? So after about 3 months, and this has been outside the whole time, takes a lot of rain. I probably gave it too much soil than it should have, but the fact that I got it in a terracotta pot and I keep it off the ground, so it has been doing very well. So the Spiritus Sancti, I'm getting my first big leaf. I'm happy about that. Now another plant that was almost dead, I got these little plantets, and I lost almost every one of them. I got a whole plastic bag full of tissue cultures, and I got 2 plants. I got this one here and this one here, and this is the Ring of Fire. And I never showed you this plant, but it's doing well. And it took a lot of rain, and I'm finally getting a little pink over here. I don't know if you could see it. It's got some variegation, and the leaves are starting to get really curly and great plant. Never showed it to anybody. So I finally got my Ring of Fire going. It was so tiny that I didn't even want to show anybody, but now I'm happy. So there it is. Beautiful plant. Philodendron Ring of Fire, and I got another one right up there. So I got 2 of them. And I think I paid $100 for the tissue cultures. It was supposed to be like 50 plants or whatever. They just rotted when it rained, but I managed to keep 2. Okay, I got another new plant. Let me go get it right here. And I just got this yesterday. And look how nice it is. From a Florida grower in Fort Myers. And this is the mottled dragon. And it's gonna sort of be like a Paradiso Verde. I don't know if you could see the modeling there. You could see it now. I'm expecting to see a lot more variegation. I don't know how this plant was kept, but it's healthy. And that's your mottled dragon. And unlike the Paradiso Verde, it has these leaves that like a dragon. It looks like a dragon. So you have these cool looking leaves and modeling. So that's a new philodendron, and wow, look at the size of this leaf unfurling right here. Look at the size of that leaf. So that's going to be exciting. Okay, we'll put that one over there. Now, believe it or not, my first varicosum died on me. And I think the soil was too wet. This one has some little, so I might just put this into a terracotta pot, but he replaced it. I was like surprised. I said, you know, my varicosum died. He goes, oh, here. And this is the one he gave me. I didn't pay anything for it, but it's got this giant leaf unfurling here. Looks like It's got that little cover on it, so hopefully it'll be nice. And I got it right here. We're not getting this strong sun like we were. And the varicosum has these crazy looking leaves, velvety, and look at the petioles. They got these hairy looking petioles. And it's a nice plant. I have the first one I got, I never showed anybody, but it only had one leaf, so hopefully this will take off. Now the next plant I got is something I was looking for, and it's the gloriosum. And I didn't pay a lot for this plant, and I never had one. And as far as I know, these leaves will get really big. And it's got a nice one nice new leaf coming out over there. And if you look at the petioles, they got like little, I don't know if you can see it, they got little specks in the petioles. You see them? And it's got sort of a reddish vein structure there. Sort a little bit velvety, nice plant. Now I got another plant that's a hybrid of the gloriosum and I think the varicosum. And this is the splendid. And you don't see the leaves as much, but it's darker on the back like a varicosum, and it doesn't have the hairy petioles. And that's the Philodendron splendid. And this is a recent propagation, but it looks healthy because this is the first leaf since it's been propagated. It's got this little curve in there, and this new leaf looks like it's going to be bigger. So there's the splendid. Now I just had to take this plant, and I'll show you one of mine. This is a Florida ghost, and it's a little bit wilty looking. I don't know why, but I didn't pay a lot for it, and I was told this is a mint. And these are some big mature leaves here, and that's the newest leaf. And then I got this one unfurling. But this newest leaf is big and it looks minty. And even these older leaves, this is the oldest leaf. It's not really that green. So I figured, let me see it if it's different, but I think it'll perk up. It's not dead, and it has a good roots in there. And I'll show you my Florida ghost. Hold on. Okay, this is and you can see the leaves are a lot greener. I have a couple of these, and when they start out, they're these whitish color, and then they get darker like that. First they're whitish, and they get darker, and you can see how I also have the reddish petioles, and that's your Florida ghost. So this leaf will get darker. It was like whitish when it first came out. So I'm thinking that the this one stays this color. So according to the person I got it from, it's a Florida Ghost Mint. And here's your regular Florida Ghost. So if you know anything about these, I just had to get it. The price was right. And hopefully it'll perk up. But I'm not worried because he gave me the varicosum when I told him it died. So I think we'll be okay. Okay guys, that's it for the updates, but before I go, I'm gonna turn the camera around and I'm gonna show you, walk around. As you can see from Hurricane Ida, this was all underwater, and we had some big puddles here, and there must have been salt in them because all of this grass where the water settled died, and I lost a lot of leaves in that one big mango tree over there. So I'm thinking there was salt came up from the canal during the high tide, and in the back where there's higher spots, the grass is fine. So it just settled in, and then it dried out, and then there was a lot of salt. So that's what I'm dealing with right now. Okay, so we're gonna turn the, and I want to show you. And here's the big Billy Latte, one of them. And you can see and this is the Dean McDowell, and oh man, did it take off. Look at these leaves on it. That's the Dean McDowell. And this is the Bernardo Pozzi, and we had some leaf damage from the winds and stuff, but look at that new leaf coming out. Is that crazy looking? Beautiful plant, and it has these big shiny leaves. I love the Bernardo Pozzi. And we got a big Albo alocasia here, and I'm getting little pups down there, see them? And we got some really white leaves coming out, and I moved it over here under this tree, and now the sun isn't as strong. Summer's over, and the leaves are getting bigger again. And check out my Thai constellation, and I've only, on this branch, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 leaves on this plant, and look at the size. And this is the newest leaf unfurling here, and it's going to be huge. So this plant is a giant, and I'm really happy with it. And you can see right here, I put it in this big pot, and look, it went from this little leaf like this, here, a little leaf like that, and now I'm getting These huge leaves. Okay guys, the next video I'm gonna do is gonna be the Sansevieria. I had one of my subscribers asked me about my Sansevierias, so we're gonna do an update on that. And would you look at this bird of paradise? It's a variegated one I found at the nursery, and it was the same price. And this is the latest leaf, and I mean, it's huge. And they start out green, and then as they get more sun, you see the yellow come out. See the yellow? And then as time goes on, it gets more and more pronounced. And it's big, about 7 feet high already. And it was just a tiny little plant, maybe in a 3-4 inch pot. And one thing, I'm getting a pup finally, but I don't know if we'll see any variegation on the pup, so we'll see what happens with that. Okay guys, God bless. Take care everybody.